Welcome. My name is Thomas Lefort. We're back for another video. We're doing Form 2441, which is Child and Dependent Care Expense. So for people who have to work and who have child care expenses because either they take them to a babysitter or a babysitter comes over, or they take them to a child care organization to watch their children based on their age while they go to work, they may qualify for credit under those situations. And so in this video here, I've already got the form filled out, so I'm just going to go through it for you to make it much easier. Is to put some information in there, which makes it easier to train with than to have them blank. So going forward, all of our other videos will have information in there just to make it much easier to deal with. So in this video, the 2441 form, which is how I really go through all my trainings, I use the form number opposed to the title of the form. So you got to choose what method you're going to use to get to learn this information by. And so if you know what 2441 is, because you remember the title of the form, which is Child and Dependent Care Expense, you're good. The choice is yours. There's no right or wrong. And so let's get into the video. So of course, the name and social security number of the taxpayer. And then part one, the person or organization who provided the care. So in this situation, it was an organization who provided the care, Kids R Us, address, EIN number, and the amount that was paid, given there. It was one dependent, part two, dependent's information there, name, social, and the amount paid. And then line 3 says, add the amounts in column C of line 2. Do not enter more than $3,000 for one qualifying person or $6,000 for two qualifying persons. So the key to this is, no matter how, if you have one child or if you have two that's being taken care of through a child care provider, the key is the money amount. So if it's one child like it is here, I don't care if you paid $5,630 like you did, the IRS is only going to use $3,000 of that to calculate a possible credit. And so that's what we did in this scenario. So we put the $3,000 here because that's what the instructions say do. Earned income is the earned income from working, which is here. In a situation where we're dealing with a person who's single or head of household, line 5 will match the same income as line 4, because that's how it's set up, because it's just how they got the form set up that way. And then lines 6 is into a smaller line 3, 4, 5, which is the 3,000. This here actually look at the 1040 and take the total income from the 1040 and put here, which is the 25,350, because that's all they had was wages. They had nothing else. And then based on their wages, they actually look at the chart and pick the decimal amount. So on this chart, we're looking at 29%, which went right here. And so the 29% of $3,000, because the form says multiply line 6, which is this 3,000 times line 8 decimal amount, which is 29%, comes out to $870 as a credit. Now, tax liability amount, meaning after any adjustments, total income, we look up on the tax table how much taxes you owed on the money you made, and so that came out to $870, and you have a credit of $870. So now you have we actually eliminated your tax liability with this credit, and so now we're able to finish out the return to see what type of results you'll get. But in this video, we just strictly dealing with the forms itself on helping you fill them out. They all come together as you prepare returns more and more and get more familiar with returns more and more. And once you get to the point where you can fill out each form independently of one another and have them all come together, because this is all about repetition, 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 repetition. In other words, practice, 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 practice is what you want to do with the software until you get good at it to the point where you can knock out a tax return in 20 minutes, no matter which one, no matter what type it is. It's the standard. So for a person who's self-employed, a couple of kids, and you've got the income and expenses for that person and supporting documents and everything else you need to prepare the return, you're looking at 20 minutes tops as the standard for that type of return. And that's with the paperwork printed out. And and you have to build up to that speed because it's all about how long it's going to take you to put in the data inside the tax software, which is going to dictate how fast you will finish the return. And so on top of how fast you can input the data, is going to be key to how well you understand the information and where to put it at in the first place. So in this video, it was all about the 2441 form, which is the child and dependent care expense. And so in this scenario, the taxes that they owed on the money they made was $870. And so they had a credit that offset that amount. So now they owe no taxes on the money. And now we're able to go to the payment section of the form and figure out what type of results they're going to have, either getting an overpayment or not is the last part of that situation. And so, like I said, if you need any extra help or understanding what these forms are saying, you reach out to me and let me know so I can get with you one-on-one and get more detailed with you when it comes to filling out each and every form and making sure you understand them and why you had to and why you generated them. And so you can be able to explain to your client how each form was generated based on the information that was given to you by the client. And so I'll see you in my next video.